Okay, I'm doing this confessional laying down because I'm tired, and that's it. Ugh, and my acne. Anyway, so I don't know. This vote has me worried because I have a feeling I'm in danger. Who knows? Maybe I'm like not gonna even be read, which would be nice, but we'll see. It's frustrating because we sat on a call for an hour today saying like, okay, all 7 of us, like, we're not gonna vote against each other, solidarity, blah blah blah. Which I was like, perfect, like that's fine with me. It kind of draws like less of a risk for me to go because on the other side we got Duke, Dylan, and memes, and all I could do is probably like offer a middleman name and like, that no one's really connected to, and then at least that would get us through this round. But of course, like, after we get off that call, like a couple hours go by, and then Duke tells me he heard from Rocky that Devin is saying the names are Connor, me, Kim, and Mark. Which, of course, I'm like, well, that's pretty weird because all 7 of us said we were voting together, and none of us came up with an idea on who to vote for. Like, no one said a single name on that call. So, okay. So, of course... Ugh, I think I have something in my teeth, sorry. But I've already said talk too long on this confessional, so... Anyway. I actually don't even think it's anything. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep going. Anyway, so I am annoyed about that, and apparently Devin says he likes me and Connor, so he'd rather do Kim or Mark. Which to me, I'm just kind of like... Okay, like, even if you wanted to do Kim or Mark, why not just come to me and be like, hey, that's not gonna be the plan, like, here. But of course, that's not what he does, and it's like, whatever. I mean, he's obviously working with, like, Lana and Tulsi, which is fine. Hey, I understand, the appeal. They've got a big group, like, I mean, it's kind of similar to me in season 1 kids. I do feel like there's kind of these groups forming where it's like season 6 plus Rosenberg, and then season 1 and whoever we're picking up. But I mean, whatever, like, I feel like me and Scott are getting close. I really want to work with Maddie. It's just really difficult to broach because I know he's kind of caught with season 6. So I guess my next move here is to like talk to him a little more and try to make him feel better, because I do want him to feel comfortable with me, but at the same time, I don't want to sit here and like blow up my own game just trying to get the trust of Maddie, especially when I don't know if we'll need him in this round. I mean, we could just do this whole thing of like, oh, we were going to keep you in the dark so you didn't have to vote against your own, and blah, 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 which, like, it's like, if that happens with season 1, I would much rather, like, do that, like, especially if it's something I can't control anyway. I'd rather just not know that one of my people is leaving. Ugh, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Anyway, and then the whole Curtis vote, that was a whole mess in and of itself. I did end up voting Curtis out, but it was pretty sad, because, like, there was that chat with, like, me, Duke, Peyton, Curtis, Stephanie, and Mark, which would have been fun. It just would have put me in a really awkward position, especially since I'm not really close with anyone from season 3, and, like, I appreciate that it would have been 3 season 1 people, but I definitely feel like I'm on the bottom of that, so it would have been nice just to have those kind of numbers, but I don't know, like, was that going to be the final 6? Probably not. But it was just kind of frustrating that Dylan really wanted Curtis out when Curtis was definitely a number for us. And Connor is a little bit trickier. Like, I think Connor might vote with us, but he's, like, really close friends with Jabbar. So I think he's gonna do what, is best for both him and Jabbar. Like, that's what I would do. I mean, that's kind of how me and Ben are playing, kind of. But we were on the opposite side of that vote. Ben voted Connor and I voted Curtis, so I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I understand the appeal of taking out me because I'm a season 1 person, and Ben is also, in this with me, so I don't know. I mean, if I go, I go, but at least I'm taking a shot at Tulsi instead of just hoping, like, trusting people I haven't talked to the whole game. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I wonder if Jabbar would want to talk any. Like, Jabbar's kind of, I don't know where to put him because I think he wants to legitimately play. I know he's in that chat with, like, Tulsi and Rosenberg, but he's also, like, probably close with Memes. And so if he's close with Memes, like, doesn't that mean maybe he'll kind of vote with us? Like, I don't know. And I mean, JG, I think, is with Lana and Tulsi in season 6, but I feel like Jabbar, him and Connor are tricky. I think they might just kind of go where they need to. I'm not sure. And then Kim, like, I thought Kim was a little more, for some reason, I thought Kim knew, like, Mark and Stephanie and Curtis for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, because Kim seems a little bit more out of the loop than I thought. So I was like, oh, great, you know. I mean, that's good news for me, because I thought, you know, maybe she would end up getting looped in with season 6. But now that she's not, I know I can work with her well and, like, keep her in the loop with us. And then that way we can just kind of work together moving forward. Especially since, like, I think Stephanie and Mark might still want to work with, like, Duke and Peyton. That's my guess. So I think, like, it'd be nice if it's, like, Kim, Stephanie, Mark, me, Duke, Peyton, Dylan, Memes, you know, like, this nice little kind of homogenous group that, you know, can kind of watch each other's backs as we go. I mean, it'll, of course, get messy probably at, like, final, whatever, 10, 11, I don't know how many people that is. But, you know, that's not going to be for, like, another, 3 weeks, so we can deal with that when we get there for sure. I don't know. It's nice being able to actually trust Duke and work with him. I mean, I obviously think, like, you know, he's not going to keep me till the end, because I don't think, and if there was a final 2 situation, I don't think Duke would win over me. I mean, it all obviously depends on how we play. And he is a winner, so for all I know, he could get to the end, and, like, that could be a big reason for people to want to, whatever, give it to Duke, because he got all the way to the end. But I think Rosenberg said, you know, they're not going to let a winner win twice, so even the jury would be like, I'm not going to vote for you because you won already. Which makes me think, like, Rosenberg must be trying to go to the end with, like, a Tulsi. I assume Tulsi over Jabbar. I don't know why. I think I just assumed they're closer because Tulsi played his game, but I could be wrong about that. I don't actually know. I'm just rambling. I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I hope I get to go far. I really like working with Scott. I want to work with Maddie, Ben, Peyton, Duke, Dylan, Memes. These are all the people I like. And Kim. I like Kim a lot. And Steph. I mean, that's the problem, is I just, like, keep thinking of people. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that person. I like that person. Rocky seems really cool. I just don't think, like, I'm not good at small talk. So, like, if I can't figure out what our instant, like, chatting point is, like, it's just hard for me to do that. I mean, it's all completely my fault. Like, I just, like, the reason I could pick up things with Scott pretty well is, like, we're kind of similar, and I watched his whole season, and I feel like Scott is very low-key, strategic, and we think a lot alike, whereas with Rocky, I'm nervous because, you know, like Ben said, Rocky usually tells people things that people tell him, and I have to be really careful with what I say to him, and it just makes me nervous. But he seems like a really cool guy. And then Devin is so funny, and he's super nice, but the problem is like, he clearly is talking to everybody, and he's lying to me. Like, he wants to do a chat, like, about the vote, and I'm like, you literally have been telling people my name's out there, and you haven't even told me. Maybe he's gonna tell me, but, like, what am I supposed to tell him? Like, let's just go after Kim and be done with it? Like, I don't know. I don't understand what he thinks that we're gonna decide on. But obviously I'm not voting out Kim. No. Kim is someone I could easily see myself going far in this game with. I need to talk to other people, but it's just so difficult. Like, Jack and Michael, and I've talked to Connor some. Who am I leaving out? I barely talked to Lana and Tulsi. And it's like, I think it's because there's just something understood that, like, we're on opposite sides. I think because they're season 6 and I'm season 1. And I think we all kind of, like, I don't know, like, Lana keeps trying to feed me these things of, like, I don't want to come after you or, like, go, like, vote against you. And I'm like, yeah, but everything I keep hearing, like, puts me in danger. So I'm kind of thinking that's not true. I mean, she's a game player. Like, I can't you know, like, I get it for sure, 100%. But whatever, we'll see. I could be a casualty of Live Night, especially if Tulsi goes. Because I think I would be a pretty easy target. I'm terrible at comps. I'm a season 1 person, so if I get stranded, it's really easy to just cut me. Like, I'm just a number for season 1. But hopefully, like, this is, like, what I'm hoping, you know, is that I've kind of solidified things enough with Maddie, Scott, Kim, you know, like, enough to where it's, like, people will try to have my back if we get stuck in that situation. But who knows? What I don't want to happen is, like, I don't want Rosenberg. I mean, he's basically playing exactly like he did in season 5, where, like, you know, he wins comps right off the bat. He controls things very quickly. And, you know, it's like, this is exactly what happened in season 5, and everyone was like, oh yeah, Rosenberg's obviously the, you know, in the best position, like the one to beat, blah, blah, blah. And they said that from literally their very first confessionals. And so what I just don't want to happen is, like, I mean, he's a great player, and he's, like, I enjoy all his banter and stuff. Like, I think he's quite funny and personable. Like, not that I've actually talked to him, but, you know, like, the main chat stuff. But I just don't want him to, you know, I don't want to say control the game, but just, like, get to the end when we all knew he was a threat. I mean, that's just gonna make us look quite silly. I'm a little, I don't want to say less scared, but, like, if Alex, you know, if he gets close to the end, like, I wouldn't be mad, because, I mean, he's a good player and he got rocked out of his season, but obviously I'm very scared of him because he's very smart, and he's obviously not with me, which, again, I understand. Like, we're in 2 of the strongest seasons. Like, what, you know, what are you gonna do? But I don't know, we'll see. It's interesting because I think he voted out Connor last time, but of course, like, no one really cares that he did because he's safe for this round, you know, and, like, so I don't know. That whole thing is crazy, the Connor thing. I was shocked that both me and Duke decided not to vote for Connor.